Police investigate the country's sixth homicide. The opposition urges the government to prepare for a third wave of COVID-19, and a former central bank governor passes away. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your JCN News for this Wednesday, January 6th. A man is dead after he was shot and killed in Montel Heights last night, with only 6 days into 2021. The country has recorded 6 homicides for the year after having the lowest number of homicides in 2020, according to National Security Minister Marvin Dames. On the scene of the country's latest homicide last night, Police Press Liaison Officer Assistant Superintendent Audley Peters told reporters that shortly after 8 p.m., police received word of a shooting on Lincoln Boulevard south into Montel Heights. Upon arrival, officers found the male victim lying on the ground with apparent gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead by emergency medical services. ASP Peters says that there is some speculation that the series of homicides within the last week are gang-related. However, they have no evidence at this time and will continue with their investigations. Now, ASP Peters also insisting that the Bahamas is not a country of lawlessness, as he responds to public concerns over a string of shootings that have in some cases led to homicides.
Initial inquiries reveal that a group of persons were gathered outside a residence when a lone gunman approached them and discharged a firearm in the direction where the individual succumbed to his injuries. We're appealing to members of the public who may have any information in respect to this incident to contact the police at 502-9991 or 2.
ASP Peters encouraging those who know of others who are brandishing firearms in their community to call the police so that they can go to these areas, conduct searches, and find these firearms and put these persons before the courts. As he says, everyone must take responsibility for each other, as the whole country is responsible for the safety of one another.
It seems as if it's a barrage upon us in this new year. But I want to assure the members of the public, do not be discouraged. Your police department has taken on this human task, and we're out resolute in our efforts to search out these communities, search out these culprits, and in due course, with all conviction, these individuals will be brought to justice.
ASP Peters says that law enforcement is pooling all of their resources so that when a matter is brought to the court, it is evidence-based with a high degree of conviction.
I want you to bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're not out there seeking to make a media headline. We're here to bring the appropriate person with the appropriate evidence to get a conviction at the end of the day and a sense of justice. This work that we do, it is meticulous. It requires us to take our time because a person's freedom is important in respect to our Constitution. Bear with us as we conduct our investigation because it requires us to follow the protocols of the Criminal Procedure Code. We are not a country that is lawless.
In news from the courts, a man's behind bars tonight after having his day in court this afternoon. 23-year-old Dino Francis stood before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, charged with 1 count of murder. The particulars are that on Thursday, December 31st, Francis caused the death of Hollis Arana. Now, according to police, shortly after 8 p.m. that night, officers were alerted by ShotSpotter of the incident on Rupert Dean Lane off of Poinciana Drive. Inquiries revealed that the victim was shot multiple times and was transported to hospital by private vehicle and later succumbed to his injuries. Francis was not required to enter a plea and was denied bail. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until April 7th at 12 p.m. for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. The Ministry of Health clarifying the impromptu press briefing by Minister of Health Renward Wells, saying that no one under the age of 18 years of age, including children in the Bahamas, will be administered the COVID-19 vaccine. We learned as much from a press release sent out this morning. The ministry continued that although the government has been proactive in securing mechanisms that will give the Bahamian people access to this much-needed vaccine, the ministry emphasizes that the administration administration of COVID-19 vaccines is entirely voluntary. Therefore, only those who wish to receive the vaccine will take it. From current knowledge, the approved age range for Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is 16 years and older, and Moderna is 18 years and older. The ministry notes that global scientific clinical trials are currently underway to determine and study the safety and efficiency of this vaccine in persons 12 to 17 years old. They assure the Bahamian people that the vaccination will not be offered to children until evidence suggests that it is safe to do so and with the consent of parents and guardians. Now, Health Minister Renward Wells also said that the country is still in talks regarding which vaccination will be distributed in the country, and that students will not be required to take the vaccine to go back to school. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.